All right, the economy's hotter than almost anybody wants to acknowledge. We got Liz Peek, Fox News contributor, John Carney, financial journalist superior. Let's just start with some of the plain vanilla numbers, okay? John, ISM services still way over 50, and the combined ISM manufacturing and services way over 50. So you're in good territory there. And then the JOLTS job openings. Still almost 7 million, 6.9 million job openings. The quits rate is only 2%. You know, when that thing goes up, actually, it's a sign of health. We had...
and it went up a little bit. Yeah. And hires were the real story. Hires went up a lot. And by the way, I just want to say, in terms of the openings number, we kind of got spoiled by the post-pandemic openings where we had all these 12 million openings. That's not the real basis that you should judge this on. We're actually in openings in the top 25 percentile of openings. So this is a good number of openings.
And by the way, when we had labor shortages after COVID, people thought that number was bogus, that there was a tremendous amount of double counting and stuff in it. So
and it was not healthy for the economy. The Fed didn't like it at all. The number that we're at now is actually historically, I have 25 years of data on this. And the 25 years, I went through all the numbers, the 25 years of data said we are in the top quarter of all openings. This is a good, healthy economy. And employers they might not be posting a ton of job openings, but that's because they know that right now, the labor force growth is quite small because we're not flooding the country with illegal immigrants. And so what they're doing is investing in automation rather than just trying to hire more bodies. That's good for productivity and good for the economy.
And it's boring slightly, but profits are booming. I'm reading Ed Yardeni. I mean, forward earnings consensus profits are booming, like for the rest of this year and into next year. I mean, booming. So high oil prices get the headline, gasoline prices get the headline. Profits never get the headline, but they're driving the economy, every part of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just extraordinary. Every earnings season, there is a big beat on earnings estimates, and the stock market can go up in that. And obviously, what's driving a lot of that is artificial intelligence. These companies that are involved in it in so many different ways. It is not just a narrow company. There's the companies that are building data centers. It's all kinds of companies that are involved in this, Larry. So, I think we need to go back to the hires number, though. The jobs situation is much better, I think, than people thought. We had decades low unemployment claims last week. Now we have a big number on the hires on the JOLTS report, and that looks pretty good. And if consumers are spending as they appear to be, even drawing down savings to spend, I think a lot of that comes from optimism that they can get a job. That's very important.
Atlanta Fed GDP now, for what it's worth, second quarter 3.7.
That's a big jump. Big jump, too.
That's a very big number. What does that tell you, John?
It tells me that, one, that makes a lot of sense why hiring jumped so much in March, because businesses were getting ready to expand. They saw the demand coming. They know the economy is stronger than a lot of the headlines. At the end of last year, beginning of this year, there was a lot of fear about the economy weakening. People said, got worried. We had some pretty bad jobs numbers in the beginning of the year. People got worried about that. We're now realizing, remember, the March jobs number was 178,000. That seems to have been an acceleration month, despite the war having started.
For everything.
But, some of that slowdown was because you had a long 37-week government shutdown, which really did hurt the economy. Everybody talked about that. You had a lot of labor strikes in the beginning of the year, which also hurt the employment numbers. So I think hopefully, this is sort of a more normal situation.
Bet on America.
Yeah.
It's better than normal. I think right now what we're looking at is an acceleration in the economy. And when Liz was talking about all of the AI jobs, those aren't just tech jobs. People are getting construction jobs. They're building
everything.
And factories are getting hired to build the parts that go into these things. And even better, yes, there's still a lot of imports going into these, but a lot of it is American-made. The durable goods orders, the factory orders are rising because people are buying things made in America to put in these places.
John Carney, thank you. Liz Peek, two optimists. Make it three.